Hello again, fellow YouTubers and fellow card fight fans. Oh god, I just ripped that off somebody. Oh well, this is Solomon Pleasant, and I am here with another deck profile, because I haven't done one in a while. I haven't been doing a lot of things in a while. Deal with it. Anyway, so this is my Darky Regs deck profile. Yes, I actually made a Darky Regs deck, like I never hinted that anyway, whatever. So, let's just get started. And first we have Vermilion Gatekeeper. I like using this guy. This guy's an instant soul charger whenever I ride a grade 1, so unless I'm grade locked, I'm gonna have something in the soul right away. I know Greedy Hand can also work pretty well. I just like using this guy. So, that out of the way, and I'm gonna do this a little bit differently, so this might take a while. Let me just look for my first triggers. Off screen, mind you. Alright, I run 1. I'm so unorganized. Hooray! 2. 3. And where's the other one? You are of no help at the moment. There you are. 4 draw triggers. And yeah, it should be 4 Hysteric Shirleys, but I have 1 Mad Hatter and Nightmare Land in there because I like Mad Hatter and Nightmare Land. Now, Hysteric's in there for the extra soul charge, though when I show you the main function of this deck, you'll actually question why I need a bunch of soul charge. I don't need that much soul charge, actually. Oh, I'm going to be saying soul charge a lot in this video. But yeah, 4 draw triggers because draw triggers are good in a Darky Regs deck. So, yeah. Next, I run 1. I just saw a bunch of you. Where are you now? 2. So I'm just gonna kind of say, hey, if you have any ideas for another deck build I should do, say in the comments below while I'm stalling for time. 3. And where's the other one? 4. 4 stand triggers, Hades Puppet Master. Now, why do I run the vanilla stand trigger and not the other stand trigger like the Dark Queen of Nightmare Land? Though, I would say that's a pretty good stand trigger. I use this one for 2 reasons. 1, that art is awesome. 2, I run a more vanilla rainbow trigger deck than I do a put stuff into the soul triggers. Though, that would be a good for Darky Regs build. I don't use triggers that go into the soul that much, except for those Hysterics over there. So, 4 stands, because stands are still pretty fun. And next, and I know I saw these earlier, 2... 3... I'm sorry if this video is kind of crappy. Please forgive me. I'm trying something new. And 4 Blitz Runners. Why do I not use the Dark Knight of Nightmare Land? Same reason as the other thing. I use more vanilla style triggers. It's a simple critical trigger because you need crits. Everybody needs crits in card fight. So 4 Blitz Runners. And finally, for my last setup, 2 Cheshire Cats of Nightmare Land and 2 Cursed Doctors. So 4 heal trigs because you need heal triggers. If you don't run heal triggers, you're running Suicidal, and not that many people like running Suicidal. So there's that. Now for my grade 1 lineup. Alright. Should be a little bit easier. I run 1, 2, 3. No, you are here. 4 Nightmare Babies. Why do I run Nightmare Baby? Well, because I'll show you the grade 2 that I run. Anyway, so Nightmare Baby helps boost blue dust, so what do you think I use for grade 2s? So it makes it a 19k column. And also, and yeah, that art is kind of weird, but still, not 4 nightmare berries. Next, I run 1, 2, 3. Where's the other one? Ah, found you. 4 Poet of Darkness Summons. Now, in this type of deck build with Darky Regs, I do want to at least get up to 6 because his power boost, it comes really in handy whenever it's like getting closer near to the end of the game. You need more power, and Amon is a good booster for that. So, 4 Poet of Darkness Mons, and I think the other grade 1 I use, pretty sure it's the only other one. I use 1, 2, 3, 4 Prisoner Beast. Because I like vanillas, vanillas are fun, and vanillas help get me that boost if I don't have Poet of Darkness boosting. So yeah, Prisoner Beast is pretty helpful. Moving on to grade 2s. Let's see. Start out with the grade 2 that's a little bit more... should get a little bit more explanation. 1... Oh, this is so messy. I run 2 Decadent Succubus. Now, I run 2 because on the off chance that I can't get what I need in the soul, I can at least take a chance and try to soul charge it when I call something to the field. And this is still a pretty good unit to use when you ride, when you can't ride to the thing I'm going to show you need to ride. So, it's still a pretty good soul charger. I run 2, where are the others? 3, 4 Blue Dust. I run 4 Blue Dust because I run 4 Nightmare Baby, and when Blue Dust hits, he soul charges, and when I soul charge, that's good in a Darky Regs deck. And also it's an ITK swinger, so my opponents are going to at least need a 10k guard for that. So, Blue Dust, pretty useful. Next, that's 2, and I know the... wait, no, get back here. You aren't needed yet. 1, 2, 3, 4 Gwyn the Rippers. Why do I use 4 Gwyn the Rippers? Because his effect is okay, but it's really more just for a fun value, because when I show you my grade 3s, you'll kind of understand why. And it's an okay card. It can help me snipe something if I need to snipe something. So, yeah. Next, 1, 2, 4 Werewolf Seekers. Because 10k vanillas are good, and when I show you my grade 3 lineup, you'll kind of start to understand why. If you haven't already, well, you must be new then. But still, vanillas are fun. Moving on to grade 3s. Might as well show you the star of my deck right away. I run 3 Edel Rose. So this is an Edel Rose build. And her ability is Counterblast 2 if Seeger is in the soul. So if I can soul charge with Hysteric, Blue Dust, or Decadent to get Seeger in the soul, or just ride to Seeger, I can automatically use this ability, get +5 and a crit. Now, a lot of people don't use Edel Rose, and I can kind of understand why via Darky Regs have some more heavy hitters, but I like using her just because of her art is amazing, and her effect is actually very threatening. Because considering someone can get you up to 4 damage very easily, you can use this multiple times, and it can get very threatening. She can be a very threatening unit. Grant the 9k power is not the best, but boosted by Amon or Prisoner Beast over there, she can be a pretty good hitter. So, yeah, 3 Edel Rose. I then run 3 Evil Eye Basilisk, because Basilisk is good on Vanguard or Rearguard, considering when he attacks, he gets +2 if he attacks the Vanguard, and that can be useful for power boosts later. So, I use him simply because I need stuff to help fill the grade 3 spots that don't focus more on being on Vanguard, because this can be used on Rearguard as well. So he's a pretty good, like, vanilla hitter, I guess you could say. And finally, 1 Steel Vampire. Now, you might question why, and I would trade this for a lot of things. Like, if I had a Mon, I would use a Mon, but Vampire is still pretty good. Vampire is basically this card, is basically kind of the trump card that I use if I can't get Elrose in my hand or I don't have Seeger in the Soul. Which reminds me, Elrose has her ability where if I have her in my hand, I can send her to the deck and search for one of those guys, so that would be useful if you're at, like, grade 1, you don't have a Seeger in your hand. Or you haven't Soul Charged a Seeger already. Anywho, if I can't get to Elrose, I can use this guy's ability, which is the Mega Blast, which in a Dark Regs deck isn't that hard to do. It's just more of getting the damage up. I can then choose my opponent's Vanguard, and it can become like a grade 1, 2, or 0, depending on what's on his rear guard. This is one of the most original abilities I've ever seen, because I've never seen anyone else use this ability in any other card. No other card has this ability, and it's a really threatening ability, because considering some people are starting to now use zeros that don't leave the field instead of normal grade 3 or grade 1 searchers, which can easily leave the field, people are starting to use stuff that doesn't leave the field, so this makes it even more threatening and more useful. So, yeah, 1 Vampire. Again, if Amon was in this deck, if I had an Amon, I would use Amon, because Amon is still pretty threatening, and you can easily gather up some soul with either Decadent Succubus, Hysterics, or just Blue Dust, or something around that nature. You can gather up soul pretty quickly. So, that's all I have to say on my Darky Regs deck, which I've called Scarlet Tear. This has been Solomon Pleasant, and I will see you next time.